Hi everyone, welcome to Soul Power Yoga. I'm Kayla. Today I have an open and release class for you, which means we're gonna open up the hips and release some tension from the body. We're also gonna go through a standing flow sequence that will help you build balance and strength in the legs. And we'll begin with Kapalabhati breathing. It is a breath technique that builds heat in the body. It's perfect way to get started before our standing sequence. And we will end with some hip openers and deep stretches for this about 20-minute yoga class today. So let's get started by sitting in a comfortable cross-legged position. And then take your hand to your low belly. This breath is a very quick pace breath where we're actually pumping the stomach to force the exhale out and then allow a passive inhale to come in through the nose. So it's all through the nose, pretty quick paced. Go ahead and start with me and you'll just start to pick up what the breath is like. Okay, so maybe take your hand to your belly and then we'll take a deep breath in and begin on the exhale, forcing it out with our abdominal muscles. Okay, so let's breathe in. And then we'll breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Close the eyes, bring the hands to your heart center, drop the chin, return to normal breathing and just notice the way your body feels now. Lift up through the sternum, rest. Let the legs go heavy, feel the sit bones, hug the low belly in just slightly. Relax the shoulders, feel the alignment in the body. And for today's intention or mantra that I'll be sharing with you throughout the practice is I am here now. So you can use these words to help you keep focused on the time that we are sharing for the next 20 minutes. This will help you stay grounded in your body and present. Letting go of what you had going on before you came to this practice. And letting go of what is to come after practice. Let's take a deep breath in together through the nose and then out through the mouth. Blink the eyes open. And we'll get started standing on our mats. All right, let's get started at the top of the mat into a forward fold. Bend the knees, let your head and neck relax, and then step up onto your hands. Bring the toes to touch at the wrists, and then straighten out the arms, turn the elbow creases forward to the top of the mat. Tilt the tailbone up towards the ceiling, and then spread the sit bones. Deep breath in, reach through the crown of your head, long spine. And on the exhale, bend the elbows and hug your body, your upper body into your lower body. And we'll do this in a little flow-like fashion. Inhale, reach to the crown, halfway lift. And then exhale, hug and fold in. Last time, inhale, lift up, straighten out the arms. Press into the heels. And then exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, relax the head, exhale through the mouth. Release your hands. And then reach the arms out wide like wings, rise with a flat back all the way to standing. Press the palms together, look up at your hands, and then exhale, hands to your heart. I am here now. Take your hands down at your sides. Reach your arms out wide like wings on the inhale. Press the palms together, and then exhale, fold forward, hinge at the hips. Take your hands underneath the feet again, and inhale, straighten out the arms, reach to the crown of the head. Exhale, fold in. Let's do it again. Inhale, reach up, halfway lift. Pull the shoulders back. And then exhale, fold it in. Release the grip of your hand. Inhale, rise up with a flat back. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take your left hand to your left hip, press into your left foot. Lean over and then lift your right leg up. You can hug the knee in pretty closely at first and then relax it down. You can stay here or reach down for your big toe and then grip it with your first two fingers and your thumb. Straighten out the front right leg. Reach it out in front of you. Feel that stretch along the back side of your leg, and then drop your right hip down just slightly to meet with the left. So again, if this isn't working for you and you can't maintain your balance, then just come back to this knee right in front, and you can catch it with your right hand. Take a deep breath in here. And on the exhale, slowly let that leg swing back behind you, step it behind you, press up onto the toes, come into crescent lunge. You can reach the arms up overhead, otherwise keep them down at your hips. Press into the front heel, check in with your alignment and make sure your knee is right over your left heel. Drop the shoulder blades and heads down and away from your ears. Hug the low belly in and just a slight tuck in the tailbone. We want our shoulders to be stacked over the hips here. And on your next exhale, you're going to sweep your hands down to frame your foot. Step your left foot back behind you, and then you're going to take the knees down and lower the chest down to the ground. Bring the elbows out from underneath, and then lift the chest so the shoulders are stacked right above the elbows. Untuck the toes, push into the tops of your feet, and then as if you're trying to pull the floor towards you, hug it in with the hands and the shoulders. And as you're doing this, simultaneously bring the chest and the sternum to lift and reach forward. Chin is level with the ground, and notice what you're looking at. Just bring attention to your visual senses. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And on the exhale, lower the chest down, frame your rib cage with your hands, tuck the toes under, press up on the hands and knees, and then lift the knees off of the ground. Send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide. Relax the neck. Press one heel down at a time to stretch into the hamstrings behind the legs. And then we're going to bring the left foot to the center of the mat. Reach the right leg up high, point your right toes, open up the hip, bend at the knee, and then draw big circles in both directions, taking it nice and slow. And especially pressing down through that left hand to even out the pressure in both the arm, the hands that you're using, because we tend to, in three-legged dog, push more firmly down through one hand over the other. So we're working towards that balance. After you've taken the knee in big circles in both directions, go ahead and straighten out that top leg, and then step it or bring it underneath you, hug the knee in towards the nose, and then take your right leg across the body like you're sitting cross-legged. And then you're gonna drop the hip down slightly, bring your shoulders over your wrists, and then reach that left arm up above overhead as you come into Wild Thing. Press your left heel down at the ground and press the hips up towards the sky. The top hand can kind of sway or reach wherever, in whatever direction feels good. Maybe you do a couple big circles in the arms. Take a deep breath wherever you are, and on the exhale, reach the hand back down to meet, and then bring that right leg, keep it hovering in three-legged dog as you reach it up high to the sky. And then on the exhale, hug the knee into the nose and plant the foot up at the top of the mat. And then you'll step that left leg to meet with it and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reach to the crown of your head. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up with a flat back. And exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do the left side now. So hands to your hips and then press into your right foot. Lift the left leg. Whatever you did on the right side, let's match that on the left side. So if you kept your knee hovering here with your hand cupping the knee, then stay here. Otherwise, reach down if you extended the leg out in front, like on the other side. Okay, let's take a deep breath here as we pause and hold and find stillness. I am here now. Find somewhere down below and out in front to softly gaze at to help your focus and attention. And then release with ease and slowness, mindfulness. Step your left leg back behind you as you come into crescent lunge. Reach the arms up overhead. Stack the joints. We want the right knee over the ankle. Come up onto the toes of the back leg, back foot. Reach through the chest. And then hug the low belly in. Deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale, sweep the hand down to frame your right foot. Step it back. This time you can choose to stay in plank pose as you lower down. Otherwise, you can use the knees again to come all the way down to the mat. Your choice. Take the elbows out underneath you. Inhale, lift. Maybe you want to straighten out the arms as you lift and get a little bit more of a deeper low back stretch. Deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, lower the chest down. Hands around your rib cage. Press up through plank and then back to downward facing dog. Let's lift the left leg high this time. Point the toe and then bend the knee. Draw big circles in both directions. As you breathe, and then straighten up that left leg, reach it high to the sky, hinge forward so that your shoulders are over your wrists, hug the knee in towards the nose, and then step it across the body, across your legs, press firmly in your left hand, and then bring that right arm up, coming into Wild Thing, press the hips up towards the ceiling. Take a couple deep breaths here, maybe you circle the arms. And on your exhale, reach your right hand down and keep that left leg lifted to come back to three-legged dog. And then exhale, step it through to the top of the mat. Bring your right leg forward to meet into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. And then we'll reach up to the sky to complete our standing sequence. And exhale, hands to your heart. We're gonna come down onto the mat now. Reach the legs out wide. Come into a forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Sit up nice and tall, and then take a deep breath in. Reach to the crown of the head, and on the exhale, come down maybe onto your elbows, or maybe you reach all the way down to the ground. Take a couple deep breaths in this fold, in and out of the nose, or maybe you need a little sigh of relief out of the mouth. Let's go ahead and lift the head, walk the hands in if you are folded all the way down. Bring the legs close together, shake them out. And then we're gonna come onto hands and knees to set up for lizard pose. So reach the right leg up, and on the exhale, step the right leg on the outside of your right hand. And then bring your left leg back behind you a little bit further. Allow your right knee to open up to the side and come onto the outer edge of your right foot. For lizard pose, you can stay lifted here, or you can come down into the forearms. Maybe you want to use a pillow or a block underneath your arms or your head. And let's take 3 deep breaths here, in and out of the nose, or use that cleansing breath. Let the hips just come and sink down towards the ground. Relax the feet. On your next inhale, lift your head and chest, press into your hands. Bring your leg back to tabletop. And let's just go in a few big circles with the hips, going in both directions before we just switch sides. When you're ready, inhale, reach the left leg behind you. Exhale, step it through to the outside edge of your left hand. And then set your legs up to where you feel, where you can relax the hips down and stretch into lizard pose. Let's take a couple of deep breaths here. Come back to our mantra, our intention to be here now. Especially as we're doing these deep stretches, it's a perfect opportunity to really start to train our minds to focus our attention where we want it to go, rather than letting our minds just wander. Okay, let's go ahead and lift the chest, press into the hands, bring your leg back. Maybe you want to do a few cat-cows here, or the big circles, whatever feels good to kind of reset the hips to neutral after those big stretches. So now I like to use the length of my mat for this one, for frog pose. In frog pose, we want to keep the knees right over the ankles, the heels, just like we would in our standing pose like we did today for a crescent. And so take the knees out to where it feels comfortable. You don't want to push yourself too much in this pose, and just allow the hips to slowly open up. So check in with the legs, and you want your heels directly behind your knees, like I said, and then flex your feet. Both the feet are flexed. Looks just like a frog. And then set your hips so that they are also aligned with your knees rather than reaching too far forward or too far back. I want to see these straight lines, these 90-degree angles. Once you're there, maybe you want to come onto your forearms, or you can stay lifted. I am here now. Take a couple deep breaths. Notice the muscles in your face and release any gripping that you might be holding on to, maybe between the eyebrows or in the jaw, and just relax. You can even shake it out with whatever that is. Horse lips. All right, so to slowly come out of this, just inch your knees in one by one, little at a time, and then the feet, bring them in. All right, we're gonna sit back onto the heels and come into a twist before our butterfly pose and final rest. So let's bring both the feet to the side of the body, and then you're gonna to the right side. So let's do it together. Keep the feet onto the right side, and then turn towards the right side of your body. Take your right hand behind you, and then allow your chin to slowly graze across over your right shoulder. Take a deep breath in, release a little bit so that you have space to breathe deeply. And then on the exhale, turn and twist a little deeper. Let's do that again, kind of make it like a flow, moving with the breath. Inhale, release, open up the chest, facing forward. And then exhale, turn to twist. And then release, looking forward. We'll switch sides. So this time, take the knees over to the left. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale to the left. We'll do it a couple more times. Inhale, reach forward, open up the lungs. Big full breaths. Exhale, release. Squeeze it out like you're wringing out a towel. And last one. Inhale, reach forward. And exhale, twist. Inhale to unwind, come forward, and then we'll lay on our backs. First in butterfly pose. So once you get onto the ground, bring the soles of the feet to touch, and then allow your knees to fall open to the sides. Your hands can just be down by your sides, maybe up overhead, or make contact with your body, one hand over the heart and one hand over your belly. Close your eyes, and let's take 3 rounds of a wave 3-part breath. So the 3-part breath is a first breath you take in through the low ribs, and then the second breath into the chest, and the last breath goes even higher in the chest and into the throat. You release the breath from the throat and upper chest, and then the mid part of the chest, and then the low ribs / belly. Let's do that a couple more times. Connect those breaths together, nice and smooth if you can. And let's just do it again one more time. Release your hands if they're on your body, and then extend your legs down. Keep your eyes closed. Shake out the legs and let's squeeze all the muscles nice and tight. And then we'll relax. Take a deep breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth. Feeling more open than you did before you started class. Scan your body from head to toe. Notice what is grounded and the spaces that are not touching the ground. I am here now. Use this mantra for the rest of your day to practice body awareness and to practice being in the moment, accumulating that present moment awareness. Thank you for showing up today. Awesome job. See you next time. Namaste.